So hi guys, my name is Nachiketa. Welcome back to my channel. This is a continuation in my natural language processing playlist. I'm going to cover bag of words in this video. Before that, if you're new to this channel, I regularly make videos on data science and artificial intelligence related topics. So do consider subscribing to this channel. And with that, let's get started. So I highly recommend you watch my previous videos. This is a continuation. I'm just gonna give you a gist of everything that's covered so far, but watch those videos if you want it in detail. So we were talking about natural language processing, which is nothing but making machines understand natural language like English or Hindi. So what becomes important in this case is removing unnecessary words which do not have any impact on the meaning of a sentence. So we talked about these three methods for removing unnecessary words. We implemented this in Python, and we also talked about stemming and lemmatization, which does the same thing of reducing different words to its base form, like jump, jumping, and jump would be reduced to jump. These techniques come under dimensional reduction. And now the most important thing is when you have a bunch of words, you have to convert that into numbers, right? Because that is what your machine learning model can understand. So let's talk about the next step, which is word vectorization, which is converting word into vectors. Now people ignore this and don't understand the meaning of this. Vectors, if you look up the meaning, is a quantity with a magnitude and a direction, right? This is not called scalars, this is called as vectors. So now you might think, what is the significance of words having a direction? So that is very important to understand. For example, you can see there are two words, burger and pizza, and when you represent them as vectors, they'll have a direction, right? And because of the sense of direction, you can establish how similar these 2 points are. For example, burger and pizza should be close to each other since they are food items, right? So that is where concept of direction also comes in. But just to understand how we're going to do things, you can think of it as converting words into a list of numbers, right? For all practical sense. So words will be converted into vectors, or it will be converted into a list of numbers, and these numbers are going to be given to the machine learning model. Now question is, how do we convert them into numbers? And there are few popular methods of doing this which we're going to discuss in different videos. So these are the four popular methods of converting words into numbers. In this video we're going to address bag of words, right? So if you go to any data science interview or natural language processing based interview, it is important you know these four methods at least, and the drawbacks of each one as well, and what are the advantages of different methods. So let's look at bag of words. It's a very simple concept, and it represents words by their frequencies, right? It's a way of representing words by the frequency by which they are occurring. So let us look at these three sentences, right? The burger is tasty, the food is delicious, the food is awful. And you have to convert these three sentences into numbers which you can give to a model. So first of all, in most processes you're going to remove stop words, right? As we talked about, words like this, is, are not really significant. So the final words that you would probably supply to the model could look like this: burger, comma tasty, food, comma delicious, food, comma awful. Right? These are the words which are determining the meaning, right? So let's look at how we could represent this, right? So basically we represent each word by their frequency in which they are occurring, and you can represent them in a matrix like this. So basically you'll have different columns which are also called as features, different column for each word occurring in the document. And for representing a particular sentence, you'll simply change the corresponding frequency of a word. For example, sentence 1 was burger tasty, right? So the corresponding column to burger is represented as 1 and tasty as 1, rest all are 0. Similarly, food is delicious for sentence 2 would become delicious and food are represented by 1, rest are 0. Similarly, food awful is represented like this, right? And this is called as binary bag of words because everything is in zeros and ones. For example, if a particular word was occurring twice, say burger, tasty, burger, then the particular column for this burger would become 2, right? And it would be a normal bag of words, right? So it's very easy. For each word, representing the frequency by which it's occurring, and this is the list that you're gonna supply to the model. And there are a few drawbacks of this which you should be able to spot right off the bat. For example, now the first disadvantage is that weightage is given to unimportant terms. For example, burger is tasty, right? Let's say you want to do sentiment analysis. What is the customer saying about your burger? In this case, tasty is very important, right? Burger is not as important. What the customer feels is important. So in this case, burger and tasty have the same importance. They have same weightage. So what is more important does not get more weightage. And some commonly occurring words like this and or, if it's not removed, they'll occur a lot. They'll get a very high frequency, and the model will get fooled into thinking that those words are important. And another disadvantage is that no sequence is preserved. Mostly these features are in alphabetical order, at least in Python implementation it is, but there is no order of the original sentence. For example, the sentence "Are you smart?" and the sentence "You are smart" will have the same vector representation because they have the same words. But these two sentences are completely opposite of each other, right? So sequence is not preserved in bag of words. Again, there is no method of preserving semantic meaning. So basically there is no sense of the meaning as well. For example, these two sentences, food is delicious and burger is tasty. They are very similar sentences, right? They are very close in meaning. They are both conveying the same sentiment. So machine learning model should understand that. But with this bag of words approach, it has no way to do that, right? For example, if you see food is delicious, which is the second sentence, and food is awful, these two sentences are completely opposite of each other. But the machine learning model does not know that. Instead, it will think that these two sentences are similar because they have the same number, they have the same frequency for the feature food, right? So semantic meaning is not preserved. Also, you can see that this dimension can become very, very large. So the number of columns in this matrix will depend upon the total number of words in the document. As a result, in large documents, this matrix can be very, very huge, which we want to avoid generally, right? So these are the few major disadvantages of bag of words, and because of these we use different approaches now. But still, for the sake of completion of this topic, I'm going to show you how to implement this in Python now. So this is going to be a very short coding video. So in this code, we're going to use sklearn to import a function called count vectorizer, which is a very handy tool for doing bag of words. So let me just give you an example. Say this is your string, right? You first create an object, right? And I give it the name of vectorizer. And you basically use the function vectorizer.fit_transform, and it will automatically create, first of all, a list of all the features and the particular frequency, right? So here I'm printing all the feature names, and to print the actual list of numbers, I call the function toArray, and you can see the result. These are all the features in the particular sentence, right, with the corresponding frequency, right? And as I said, in Python, these features are in alphabetical order, and this list of numbers is what you're going to supply to the machine learning model. So there are few pre-processing things that you need to do always, like removing stop words, and you have to do stemming and lemmatization, which I've explained in my previous video. You don't need to convert all uppercase into lower cases because by default count vectorizer already does that. You can see the word just has been converted into just with J in small letters. So that is taken care of. And I'm going to make a different video where I'm going to combine all the pre-processing techniques I've taught so far to do a natural language processing project. In the next video, I'm going to cover different techniques. If there's anything in particular that you want to see, do leave that in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching.